on here. So in this lesson, I'm gonna show you this Yngwie style picking run. Now this lick uses two of Yngwie's trademarks, meaning single string picked lines, groups of 4, and also arpeggios. We start here on the 17th fret of the high E string. So the lick is based on D minor. We use both natural minor and harmonic minor. So we start up here, and here's the natural minor bit because you have the flat 7 here. And the first descending line is just groups of 4. And every 3 notes, you're gonna use this pattern: 1, 3, 2, 1. So that's the fingers numbered from left to right. So 1, 3, 2, 1, move down to the next set of 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, next set. Next set. But then I went back up again and continued down until I reached this note, which is the harmonic minor note. So the only difference between harmonic minor and natural minor is that you raise the flat 7 degree back up to the natural 7th again. But then you get this typical classical sound. So after that, so that kind of implies the 5 major chord, and that's going to lead back into the 1 chord again. So I'm going to play the D minor arpeggio here, move up to the next inversion, and then finally go down in a 5-string arpeggio. So, and that's pretty much it. So the issue with this one then is that getting that thing to work takes a bit of practice, but it's a great thing to work on, because if you don't have strong single string picking, you won't have good overall picking either, because you're going to spend most of your time on a single string anyway. And what I mean by that is, even if you play a 3-note per string scale like this, if you look at it, you basically have 3 notes, and then if you go to this note, so we have 4 notes. The first 4 notes, we're spending 75% of those notes is on 1 string. So within these 18 notes, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 string crossings. So a lot of people think that, oh, my picking technique sucks because I can't cross strings. But if you try playing something on a single string, or like this thing, if that doesn't work, and that's hard to synchronize, you can sit there and practice string crossing until you're blue in the face, using all the cracking the code, pick slanting stuff, but you still won't sound good, because basically, as I showed you here with just playing a scale up like that, which is not that common in picked runs anyway. Usually we have some sort of sequence, we have even more notes per string. But hopefully you can see here that if you don't get your single string picking together, you won't ever get your string crossed picking runs together either, because it doesn't make any sense. Because if you can't synchronize on 1 string, you won't be able to do it, just because you add more difficulty with string changes. So a lot of people tend to think of single string stuff as like, oh, it's just basic, stuff that you started doing when you just started playing guitar, and we just leave those basics behind because, I've been playing for almost 2 years now, and now I'm, advanced. But that kind of thinking is not great, I think, because think of it as fundamentals and not basics. I know it's just semantics, but it makes it different, because it's fundamentals is something that any athlete will work on all the time, because the stronger the fundamentals are, the more you have to build on. And the same goes with guitar and guitar technique, and guitar overall, actually. So if you don't have the fundamentals down, you have nothing to build on, right? And if you actually start working on this single string stuff, and there's a ton of different things you can do, obviously, but I still work on single string picking because I know how important it is. So don't neglect that just because it might seem basic and you think like, well, I have problems with string crossings. Yes, but if you can't do, play this lick or play even close to as fast as you can tremolo pick, and you can't synchronize that, then you have an issue, right? Then you have room to grow, let's put it that way. So again, don't neglect that. And you don't need to make it super boring either. I like doing boring exercises because I can make them systematic and then I know I cover a lot of ground. But if you want, you can learn a lot of different sequences like this, right? So I think Yngve's group of 4 sequence is a great thing to start with. And if you want to work on the ascending bit as well, you can just turn it around. So instead of going 1, 3, 2, 1, you go 3, 1, 2, 3. So that thing instead. And also, if you've seen this channel at all, you know that I don't practice fast at all. I focus on absolute accuracy all the time. And then when it's time to play for fun, then I will try pushing it. And I don't really care if I make a mistake here and there, because that's gonna happen because I'm pushing my technique, right? But when I'm actually practicing, I really make sure to get everything as clear as possible, because again, I have a really strong base to build on then. Otherwise, you're just kind of relying on luck that, 3 times out of 10, this lick kind of sounds good. And that's not a good way to gain any type of confidence in your playing. So it's very easy to fix this. Just focus on accuracy when you play. Leave the speed stuff after you've done your actual repetitive practice. And you'll find that after a while, your speed will naturally go up by doing those 2 things. So I would say that I spend probably 80 to 90% of my practice slow, and the rest I try to push it a bit. But for any type of repetitive exercise, I really sit there and do slow, boring work, some might feel, but I know that I will actually get more benefit out of it. It's kind of going to the gym, right? And if you do a squat or you do bicep curls or whatever you do, that's not fun in itself, but you do it because you want the results. And you know that if you do this with good form, you're going to get great results. So the same thing goes here. So if you have issues with synchronization and you have issues with pick run overall, please give this a try. Spend more time on single string patterns, and I'm 100% sure that you will be super happy that you did. Back in the day, I used to have real issues with fast alternate picking when it came to 2 notes per string. I was fine with 3 notes per string, but the 2 notes per string thing was a bit harder to crack. So if you struggle with fast alternate picking as well, and you don't know what to practice or for how long, I've created the perfect solution for you in the form of the Pentatonic Picking Power Book. So in this book, you'll find a daily workout that will not only help your pentatonic picking, but will also upgrade your overall alternate picking technique. So it contains basically the same exercises I use myself to develop my picking abilities, as well as numerous students over the years that I've given the same exercise to with great results. So I know these exercises work as long as you put in the work. So it's not a quick solution or quick fix. It will still take a lot of work, but at least you have a very easy to follow routine. So if you're up for a big alternate picking upgrade in 2024, I cannot think of a better start. It's $9 and I think it's very underpriced, but I did it that way just so as many people as possible could be helped by this. So check that out.